Have you ever thought that you should be further along by now? Further along in your job, fulfilling your dreams in life? Why not? What is getting in the way? Sometimes we're not making progress in our lives or achieving our goals or getting ahead because something is holding us back. We are carrying around this backpack full of rocks. Some are a little bigger, and some are really big that are just weighing us down. It's time to release them. What does release mean? Release is about letting go of what no longer serves you, to be set free, to allow something to move, to act, or to flow freely. We can't move, act, or flow freely if we're weighed down by heavy rocks. The rocks can be great memories of times from our past that we get stuck trying to recreate. Maybe you know someone that keeps reminiscing about the good old days, trying to relive some past accomplishment. Some rocks may be past stories we have told ourselves or that others have told us about what we can or cannot do, or stories about ourselves that are not true. Other rocks can be worries, concerns, thoughts, ideas, feelings, or habits we currently have that are keeping us stuck or burdened, unable to think about who we want our future self to be. Still, other rocks can be people in our lives that are weighing us down, not letting us be free to be ourselves, who dim our light and make us feel small and insignificant. None of these rocks are helping us get to where we want to be. All of them are keeping us from making progress towards achieving our goals and dreams, of being who we're meant to be and living out our purpose. We need to set these rocks free. We need to release them back into nature to serve their own purposes. But in order to release these rocks, you have to be aware of them. So, what are some of the rocks that are in your backpack? Do you have any remember when rocks? Remember when life was simpler, easier, or remember when you were the star quarterback or the star guard on the basketball team? Remember when the town had these factories and all of these families? Do you have any remember when rocks in your backpack? How about the bad habit rocks? The bad foods that we eat. Maybe it's the alcohol or the nicotine or scrolling social media or binge watching Netflix. What bad habits are lurking in your backpack that are keeping you from your goals and your dreams? What about the stories we tell ourselves rocks? The I'm not good enough. I'm not enough at all. I'm not skilled enough, not smart enough. Or maybe it's a I don't have enough rock. I don't have enough time, money, energy. Or maybe it's the if I do this, then this bad thing will happen rock. It's time to set them free. What about the feel bad rock? The rock that makes you feel tired, overwhelmed, exhausted, anxious, depressed. Well, having any number of rocks in my backpack would make me feel bad. It's time to release them. How about the distraction rock? The distraction rock is all the little things you do with your time throughout the day that are distracting you and preventing you from prioritizing or moving you closer to achieving your dreams or goals. It's it's the rock that makes you say, "Oh, I need to clean or organize this desk or this drawer or this space." Things that really don't need to be done today. But the distraction rock is also checking the news, the email, the text, the messages 100 times throughout the day. It's not necessary. It's distracting you from doing work that's really going to get you in motion to achieve your dreams and goals. How about the blaming rock? Do you have a blaming rock in your backpack? This is the one where you blame others, your spouse, your kids, your boss, your coworkers, your in-laws, your neighbors, everyone. But it's also about blaming society as a whole. Maybe it's everybody, but maybe it's also finances, the politics, the violence, the laws, the taxes, things outside of our home. It's time to release them. So, what kind of rocks are in your backpack that you need to release? What is holding you back from living life? Now that you're aware of some of them that you need to release, how do you do it? How do you get rid of these rocks out of your backpack? Well, when you find yourself reminiscing of the good old days, acknowledge it. Take that rock out of your backpack, hold it, admire it, tell the story about it. Then ask, what is the lesson you need to take away from this rock right now? Maybe it is to remind you of the courage or the perseverance you had when you had to train for and compete in a marathon. Maybe it's to remind you that you love to take vacations with your family and you haven't done that in a few years. Take a lesson from your Remember When rock and then release it back to its natural place, or you maybe a scrapbook or a corner of the room. Well, what about the bad habit rock? When you realize you're holding the bad habit rock, you need to take it out and write on it. Write on the rock why it is a bad habit that you want to release and break free from. What is that bad habit costing you? Money, connection, energy, feeling good, friends, family, name it. Name why this bad habit is something you want to break. Write down what it's costing you and place this bad habit rock where you will see it or trip over it every day. So it reminds you why you don't need to do it. Then when you catch yourself telling stories of how you're not enough, don't have enough, or all the bad things that will happen, take this story rock out and relocate it. Maybe put it on the side of a riverbank that is eroding, or maybe fill a pothole. Find a better place where it can be enough. That by releasing it and putting it out there, the rock will create a more positive effect in the world around it. When the feel bad rock appears, take it out, paint one side of it exactly how it feels. If it feels depressed and sad and angry, paint it. Really acknowledge the negative feeling, painting its true colors on one side, and then flip it over and paint the opposite feeling. Paint the positive feeling you really want to have. Use bright and cheerful colors. Then release it to your garden, placing the positive side up so it can shine its positive glory and brighten any passerbier's day. Then when the distraction rock comes around, pull it out of your backpack and turn it into an important clock. In the background of the rock, have a picture of what is most important to you. It could be a promotion at work. It could be a vacation you want to take, or a picture of your family. Place that in the background of the rock. And in the foreground, place a clock. Maybe draw a clock to remind you of the time you are wasting, taking you further from what is most important to you and why you are working so hard in the first place. Then keep this rock on your desk or where you spend most of your time to remind you that your time is precious. So don't waste it. When the blaming rock appears, take it out of your backpack and take it to the mirror and hold it up. Look in the mirror. The person holding the rock is the person to blame, no one else. That person has chosen to carry the rock, therefore choosing the consequences that go with it. The person holding the rock needs to take responsibility for their actions and inactions. Then they get to choose what they want to do with the rock. Maybe it's release it back to its natural place, or keep it as a reminder of why they need to be responsible, or place it somewhere where it will create a positive effect. So, what is holding you back? What rocks do you need to release from your backpack of life? Stop letting things from the past or your current thoughts, habits, stories, or distractions keep you from living the life you deserve, the life you were meant to live.